Grand Rising to my tribe. You know the vibe. We're gonna start this video off with a deep breath like we do at the beginning of every video. Appreciate you for tapping in if you're new to the channel. We do this at the beginning of every video so we can align our body, mind, soul, and our energy. So before we get into this video real quick, let's get this deep breath. And yeah, y'all ready? Let's get it. Praise to the Most High. All right, so I just got done lifting. I'm in the garage right now. I'm in the garage. That's why y'all can hear the cars in the background because I got the garage door open. Yippee. So, you know what I mean? All right, but yeah, I just got done lifting. I got my peanut butter right here, man. You feel me? Gotta get a little protein in. My bad about the noise in the background. That's the neighbor on the phone, loud as hell. But as y'all seen by the title below, I just wanted to come open up to y'all a little bit. Got a lot of new subscribers, so I figured why not open up a little bit. But honestly, what I'm about to open up about, a lot of people don't know about me. People that's close to me know it. People that I'm related to know. And then some people on the channel know if they was tapped into certain videos. I even got close friends that don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm about to tell y'all about me. But yeah, so my pops. A lot of people don't know that I grew up without a dad. I grew up without my biological dad. And so it was December 8th, 1992 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And my dad got a bullet to the head, right side of his head, right temple. Now, one thing I never really opened up about, even though some people know that my dad was killed, a lot of people don't know what I'm about to say. Which is that my dad actually committed suicide. And he actually did that 26 days before I was even born. I was in my mom's womb, I was in my mom's stomach. And 26 days before my birth, he committed suicide. And so, when I was born, I was already a statistic, you feel me? And this is not to victimize myself. This is not to look for self-pity or, you know, look for anybody, you know what I mean? Like, it's not for none of that, you feel me? It's like, this is literally just me opening up to y'all because this is gonna go into the next video for what I'm gonna talk about in the next video. But, so when I was born, I was already a statistic. A young black boy with no dad. And nevertheless, regardless of how it happened, a young black boy with no dad due to guns. And I was born 26 days later on January 3rd. My bad, y'all, they loud as fuck. I was born 26 days later on January 3rd, 1993. It was just me and my mom. And I was the firstborn, so it was just us up until my little brother was born. And I grew up, you know, a lot of my early childhood with no dad. I was always with my uncle, I was always around my uncle. And I always looked up to my granddad too. And so I was always with my granddad and my uncle. And even my granddad's not here no more, and that devastated me. I lost him when I was 22, I believe. I was either 22 or 23 when I lost my granddad. And that devastated me too. Like that, I don't even know how to explain how that hurt me, but that devastated me. Like if you go all the way to the very first picture on my Instagram, you'll see me and my granddad on my Instagram, all the way at the bottom. But yeah, I lost him May 3rd, 2015. So yeah, I was 22. I actually held his hand until he took his last breath. Like I literally watched my granddad's heart stopped beating in the hospital. But yeah, so I grew up without a dad, and I remember when I was younger, I used to ask my mom, like, where's my dad? Like, I vividly remember being like 3 years old, 4 years old, 6 years old, all of that, like, and me asking my mom, like, where's my dad at? Do I have a dad? And so I feel like throughout life, I grew up angry. Even in my childhood, like, I remember I was in the 4th grade, bro, and I was going to Manchester Academic Charter School on the north side, Pittsburgh down Manchester. And I was walking in the hallway, and I remember my principal, Mr. Scoomis, that was his name, funny name, but Mr. Scoomis, his office was like, I was passing his office, and he pulled me in, bro. I was in 4th grade, so I had to be like 9 years old, something like that. And he pulled me in his office and he was like, Jarrell, why you always look so angry? And that was the first time that I was ever made aware that I looked angry and that I walked around mad at that age. And I looked at him and I was like, I don't know. So I told him, I was like, I don't know. And I don't even know if my mom realized like why I was so angry all the time, but like, bro, I was always getting in fights in school when I was young. I was always getting suspended. I got kicked out of school, like 2-3 different schools when I was younger. From the beginning to 8th grade, I got kicked out of schools. Got expelled from like 2 schools. And then just throughout life, like I recall being angry. Like, it's crazy because like I was always happy on the outside, but like deep down I was always angry and mad. And like I remember even walking with my stepdad one day down on a river on the north side, and it was right when I got kicked out of school, and he was talking to me, and I was on punishment that whole summer, and he was talking to me, and he was just like, you see that jail right there? Because down from the river you can see the jail. And he's like, you see that jail right there? He's like, you keep on going the way you're going, that's where you're gonna end up. And so I remember, like, as I got older, I was always happy, and I feel like a lot of my aggression was let out playing football my whole life. Like, my entire life I played football, and so a lot of my aggression was channeled to doing that and just clanging and banging into different niggas, bro. But then I remember I hit a certain age and I started to try to like bottle up that aggression, and I tried to like keep that in. And I feel like the more I tried to do that, that was when I started to experience depression, because now I'm not expressing my anger and I'm not expressing my frustration with life and the cards that I was dealt. And on top of that, I ain't had nobody to talk to that I felt like understood me. And honestly, I just ain't feel comfortable or safe enough to even go to nobody to talk to that understood me, you feel me? And so I started to feel like I started to experience depression. And really I feel like I started to experience depression like in my adult years, like in my 20s. And at one point, before my daughter was born, bro, I was drinking, smoking, popping pills, doing all type of shit. It was when I was in college, bro. So I originally went to Norfolk State University, and then I transferred to Bloomsburg University. It was a whole, credit issue and playing football, eligibility and all of that. But the second school I went to, bro, right before my daughter was born, bro, I was getting high as a kite. I was getting drunk as a motherfucking fish, and I was popping pills, bro. Like, really to just escape life and escape everything. And then eventually, my daughter was born, and I cleaned up all of that shit. Like, and nobody knew I was doing that. Like, nobody. Like, not even the person I was with at that time knew that I was doing that, bro. Like, it was one point where I remember at one point in life, bro, during that time, I would roll up, smoke, fall asleep, wake up, smoke some more, pop some pills, fall back asleep, and just keep doing that like a cycle, bro. like just trying to escape everything that I felt. And eventually my daughter came, and then, you know, she gave me a whole new outlook on life. She gave me hope, hence her middle name. That's why her middle name is Hope, because she gave me hope, and she is literally the reason I'm still alive right now. Because if it wasn't for her, bro, I probably would have checked a long time ago. And then on top of that, this was shortly after my granddad passed away too. Like all of this was like right after my granddad passed away. And so now I don't have my granddad. Now I ain't got my dad, and I never had my dad. And on top of that, and then not to mention, I didn't even see what my dad looked like until I was 18 years old, bro. Like I never knew what he looked like until I was 18 years old. My 18th birthday was the day I found out what he looked like. That was the first time I ever saw a picture of my dad, bro. But yeah, going back to the depression, man. Luckily, I got out of that depression. I started to find a new meaning in life, a new hope for life, a new purpose in life, and I just started to heal myself. And that was when I found spirituality, because I was looking for God, and I was looking for all of that with religion and Christianity. And then, but I was always the type that was open-minded. So then I started reading the Quran, and I was looking for that in Islam, and then through all of that, with that journey, that was when I found spirituality. And I feel like spirituality was what resonated with me, and that was the path that I wanted to take, because that was what helped me to feel liberated, and that was also what helped me to heal myself, and to find freedom outside of depression, to find freedom outside of the pain and the hurt and all of that. And it was what motivated me to just keep going with life. And so, you know, like I said, this video is going to go into the next video on why I feel like it's so important to be there for my daughter, because I never had my dad, you feel me? And I had figures in my life, but I never had my dad. And Steve Harvey put it best, like, when you don't have a person, especially like a biological parent in your life, it's like not just a hole in your heart, but it's like that hole is like a silhouette of that person. And no person in this world can feel that silhouette except for the person that it's shaped after. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's how I feel. Like, I've had figures in my life, but like I never had my dad, never had my pops. And so that's why I don't ever want to be held away from my daughter. And that's why, you know, the shit that I'm going through hurts so much, but that's why I'm also fighting for her so hard, because like I know what it's like not to have your dad. So in that regard, in that sense, I know what she felt like. I don't know what she felt like because I never experienced my mom and my dad together and then separated. So I gotta give her grace with that, you feel me? And I gotta be there for her with that, and just try my best to understand her, and you know what I mean, all of that. But like, as far as not having a dad, I know what that feel like. And so whenever I'm not around her, I know what that small part feel like. And so I'm gonna go into more detail in the continued video for this one, but like, I definitely feel like I've experienced depression in the past from not having my dad and then losing my granddad. So I also say that to say, like, if y'all in the same boat, if any of y'all in the same boat where you lost your granddad, your grandma, cause my grandma gone too, I don't have my grandma no more, but my grandma, my granddad, my dad, if any of y'all in that same boat, bro, I know exactly how you feel. And so just know that you're not alone, you feel me? Know that I send y'all my regards, my prayers, my condolences, no matter how long ago it happened. And I appreciate y'all for being tapped into this video. Appreciate y'all for tapping into my channel, you feel me? And appreciate y'all for riding with me, for sure. Like, definitely appreciate everybody that's riding with me, and everybody that's a part of the tribe and all of that. But yeah, I love y'all, man. I don't have a tribe shout out because my phone is upstairs, so I apologize. I'll do 2 tribe shout outs in the next video, I promise. And also the 38K giveaway for $50, I'm doing that next week, so I'm drawing that next week. I got y'all, I didn't forget. I'm doing that next week, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that video. If y'all a part of it, y'all still got a chance to win, so make sure you check the rules down in the description below. And other than that, man, Appreciate y'all for being tapped in. If you enjoyed the vibe, make sure you subscribe and join the tribe. Peace and love, y'all. Deuces.